Great American Ballpark is a baseball stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is the home field of Major League Baseball's Cincinnati Reds. It opened in 2003, replacing Cinergy Field, their home field from 1970 to 2002. The park's name comes from the Great American Insurance Group. The ballpark hosted the 2015 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. The Reds put in $5 million for improvements, which included 2 new bars and upgraded concession stands. History Planning and funding In 1996, Hamilton County voters passed a 0.5% sales tax increase to fund the construction of new venues for both the Reds and the Cincinnati Bengals of the National Football League. The Reds and the Bengals had previously shared occupancy of Cinergy Field, but by the mid-1990s, they complained that the multi-purpose stadium lacked amenities necessary for small-market professional sports teams to compete, and each lobbied for venues of their own. Nearby Paul Brown Stadium broke ground in 1998 and was opened on August 19, 2000. Design and construction Great American Ballpark was built by the architectural firms Populous and GBBN at a cost of approximately $290 million. It is located on the plot of land between the former site of Cinergy Field and U.S. Bank Arena. It was known locally as the Wedge. The limited construction space necessitated the partial demolition of Cinergy Field. It was fully demolished on December 29, 2002. Features: the original address of Great American Ballpark was 100 Main Street. However, after the death of former pitcher and longtime broadcaster Joe Nuxhall in 2007, the address was changed to 100 Joe Nuxhall Way. A sign bearing Nuxhall's traditional signal phrase "rounding third and heading for home" is located on the third base side exterior of the park. The Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum is adjacent to Great American Ballpark. In honor of Crossley Field, the Cincinnati Reds home park from 1912 to June 1970, a monument reminiscent of the park's infamous left field terrace was built on the main entrance plaza on Joe Nuxhall Way. Statues of Crossley-era stars Nuxhall, catcher Ernie Lombardi, first baseman Ted Kluszewski, and outfielder Frank Robinson are depicted playing an imaginary baseball game. The Gap. A 35-foot, 10.7 m, wide break in the stands between home plate and third base called the Gap is bridged by the concourse on each level. Aligned with Sycamore Street, it provides views into the stadium from downtown and out to the skyline from within the park. Power stacks. In right center field, 2 smokestacks, reminiscent of the steamboats that were common on the Ohio River in the 19th and early 20th centuries, flash lights, emit flames and launch fireworks to incite or respond to the home team's efforts. When the Reds strike out a batter, fire blows out of the stacks beginning with the 2012 season. Fireworks are launched from the stacks after every Reds home run and win. The 7 baseball bats featured on both smokestacks symbolize the number 14 of Pete Rose, since Major League Baseball has restricted his number from being displayed along with other Cincinnati greats. On May 15, 2015, a part of the top of the right smokestack caught on fire during the 6th inning of a Reds game, caused by a loose propane valve, causing smoke to be blown across the field, several sections of seats to be evacuated, and the town fire department being called to put it out. No one was injured. The Spirit of Baseball. A 50-foot by 20-foot Indiana limestone bas-relief carving near the main entrance features a young baseball player looking up to the heroic figures of a batter, pitcher and fielder, all set against the background of many of Cincinnati's landmarks, including the riverfront and Union Terminal. Local designers and artists created the piece between 2001 and 2003 with concept, design and project oversight/management by Barbaric Design. The illustrative artist was Mark Riddy. The sculptors of the scale model used for fabrication were Todd Myers and Paul Brook, with fabrication by Mies Distributors. The mosaics. Just inside the main gates off the Crossley Terrace you will find 2 mosaic panels measuring 16 feet wide by 10 feet high. The mosaics depict 2 key eras in Reds history, a Euro OE the first and a Euro, The 1869 Red Stockings, who were the first professional baseball team in history with a record of 57-0 in their first season and a Euro the Great Eight Euro, the infamous Big Red Machine that won back-to-back World Series in 1975 and 1976. The mosaics were created between 2001 and 2003 with concept, design and project oversight/management by Barbaric Design. The illustrative artist was Mark Riddy. These mosaic panels are made of opaque glass tiles and were produced in Ravenna, Italy by SICIS. The panoramas of downtown Cincinnati, Mount Adams, the Ohio River and northern Kentucky are visible from most of the park. The scoreboard. At 217 feet, 9 inches wide, the scoreboard from Daktronics is the 6th largest in Major League Baseball, and the 15th largest in the United States out of all LED screens. The Reds paid $4 million to install a new, LED scoreboard and high-definition video screen in time for the 2009 season. The scoreboard did not add any size from the previous, but added HD quality. The scoreboard clock was originally a replica of the Longines clock at Crossley Field, but has since been modified. The Toyota Tundra home run deck. If a Reds player hits the Hit Me sign located between the power stacks located in right field, a randomly selected fan will win the red Toyota Tundra pickup truck located on top of an elevator shaft approximately 500 feet from home plate beyond the center field fence, which is valued at approximately $31,000. Crossley Terrace. As a nod to Crossley Field, the Reds' home from 1912 to 1970, a monument was created in front of the main entrance to highlight the park's famous left field terrace. Bronze statues of Crossley-era stars Joe Nuxhall, Ernie Lombardi, Ted Kluszewski, and Frank Robinson are depicted playing in an imaginary ball game. The grass area of the terrace has the same slope as the outfield terrace at Crossley Field. 4192 mural. A three-piece mural on the back of the scoreboard in left field depicts the bat Pete Rose used for his record-breaking 4,192nd hit and the ball he hit in 1985. This was replaced with new banners in 2015 as part of the All-Star Game upgrades. Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum. Located on the west side of Great American Ballpark on Main Street, the Hall of Fame and museums celebrate the Reds' pass-through galleries and extensive use of multimedia. The Hall of Fame has been in existence since 1958, but did not previously have a building. Riverboat Deck. A private party area located above the batter's eye. Center Field. The dimension of 404 feet in center field is a tribute to the same center field dimension in the Reds' previous home, Riverfront Stadium. Riverfront Club. A glass-encased restaurant on the third level of the stadium that serves upscale food and has views of the field and the river. Rose Garden. Adjacent to both the stadium and the Reds Hall of Fame is a rose garden that symbolizes Pete Rose's record-breaking 4,192nd hit. It was strategically placed here because the ball landed around this area in Riverfront Stadium. The garden is visible from a stairwell in the Hall of Fame displaying the amount of balls that Rose hit. Fan amenities, nursing suite. For the 2015 season, Great American Ballpark became the first MLB ballpark to feature a suite designed exclusively as a place for mothers to feed and care for their babies. Reds COO Phil Castellini, a father of 5, says he felt compelled to do his best to provide a worthwhile solution after stadium officials told him an increasing number of women were asking where they could nurse their children at the ballpark. The suite has 5 glider chairs, diaper changing stations, a restroom, a kitchenette, refrigerator, lockers, and televisions showing the game. It's located on the suite level near the Champions Club elevators. Screen renovations for the 2009 season. After the 2008 season, all of the scoreboards in the park were replaced by new high-definition video displays. The Reds have a 10-year contract with the Daktronics Company of Brookings, South Dakota, and also have contracted with Sony for the high-definition video cameras and production equipment, which will be operated from a renovated control room. A team of 25 people will be responsible for the content of the displays. The previous displays were installed by the Translux Company when Great American Ballpark was built. However, Translux went bankrupt, and the team could not find replacement parts. "We were just limping through, hoping the old scoreboard would make it to the end of the 2008 season," said Reds spokesman Michael Anderson. Jennifer Berger, Reds Senior Director of Entertainment, Events and Production, said that the Cincinnati Reds will assume the responsibility of the cost of maintaining the displays. The fans will not have to bear the brunt of paying for them. The team expects to save money in the long term due to the display's increased energy efficiency. Notable non-baseball events. On October 31, 2004, President George W. Bush and First Lady Laura Bush held a campaign rally in Great American Ballpark. On April 27, 2008, a memorial service for Matt Maupin was held at Great American Ballpark. On August 4, 2011, Paul McCartney performed at the park as part of his On the Run tour. On June 28, 2014, Bianca Copyright and Jay-Z performed at the park as part of their joint On the Run tour. On July 19, 2014, Jason Aldean performed at the park as part of his Burn It Down tour. Milestones and notable moments. First game, March 31, 2003 vs Pittsburgh Pirates. First hit, March 31, 2003 by Ken Griffey, Jr. First home run, March 31, 2003 by Reggie Sanders as a Pittsburgh Pirate. First Reds home run, Austin Kearns. First ceremonial first pitch, George H. W. Bush. First at-bat, Kenny Lofton. First Grand Slam, July 21, 2003 by Russell Branyan. First playoff game, October 10, 2010. Fastest pitch ever, April 18, 2011. Aroldis Chapman zipped a fastball past Pittsburgh's Andrew McCutchen that registered 106 miles per hour on the Great American Ballpark scoreboard. However, MLB.com's PitchFX tracker clocked the throw at 105. Clinching division, September 28, 2010 Jay Bruce home run vs Houston Astros. First inside the park home run by the Cincinnati Reds, June 17, 2011 Drew Stubbs vs Toronto Blue Jays, longest home run. Outfielder Adam Dunn hits the longest home run in Great American Ballpark history on August 10, 2004 against Jose Copyright Lima and the Dodgers. The distance was 535 feet. 1,000 hits. July 1, 2011 second baseman Brandon Phillips records his 1,000th hit from a home run versus Cleveland Indians, host stadium for the 2015 Major League Baseball All-Star Game, no-hitter. July 2, 2013 Reds pitcher Homer Bailey pitched the first no-hitter in the history of Great American Ballpark, beating the San Francisco Giants by a score of 3-0. Attendance records, bold indicates the winner of each game. Statistics, ticket windows, 25, concourse widths, 40 feet, escalators, 3, passenger elevators, 14, public restrooms, 47, concession stands, 28, parking spaces, 850 club seats, 4,235, suites, 63. Notes. References, Leventhal, Josh, Take Me Out to the Ballpark, An Illustrated Tour of Baseball Parks Past and Present. Black Dog and Leventhal Publishers, 2006. ISBN 978-1-57912-513-4, Stop, Dan, Opening Day at Great American Ballpark. Sports Publishing LLC, 2003. ISBN 1-58261-724-4. External links, Stadium site on Reds.com, Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, Retrosheet.org. Great American Ballpark List of Firsts, Cincinnati Reds, Ballpark Tours, Great American Ballpark Photos, Great American Ballpark Seating Chart.